All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to episode. I think this is like 6 of the Basketball Buzz podcast. We have Jacob here and Leo. So yeah, we're just gonna cover the games that happened last night and go over maybe some fantasy stuff as well. But first, I want to hear Jacob. What are your thoughts on you know the Dubs game? How the Nets look, all that stuff.
I'm just gonna say the Nets are really good.
Yeah,
I'm a Warriors fan. The Nets were really good. Wiggins is ass.
Bro,
Excuse me. Wiggins was really bad. Oubre was 3 of 14. I think if they make what they normally make percentage wise, that game would have been closer in the first half, and then who knows,
mm.
um, how it goes later. But Wiseman was really good. So that's just what I'm gonna focus on from that game.
Yeah, that was the one bright spot I think from the game. Just I mean, even though his points came in kind of garbage time, still
Yeah.
you can see that he has potential to be a great player.
Yeah. I mean, I also think the fact Steph got 10 assists and players weren't even making shots, I think that's pretty interesting just to think about as far as like him passing the ball and getting others involved, even though they were missing. I thought that was interesting. It didn't even seem like there was 10 assists, but you check the stat sheet and there were it's kind of absurd.
He's actually pretty good for fantasy. He put up 43 fantasy points I think for some guy in my league. So even though he had
Yeah, and I have him in my league, and that 10th assist is obviously really clutch. But even if he had 9, just the fact that he got 9 assists, and Wiggins shooting 4 of 16, Oubre is 3 of 14, literally who?
yeah, dude,
He's giving
that
it
every
to
night.
Von Looney for and ones. I'll take it for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
I must say they don't look deep at all. It's
Yeah.
that starting five, and then Wanamaker, maybe Pascal, who can't guard anyone. So yeah, I don't know. It
Jordan
doesn't
Poole
look
took
good
a
to me.
step this year. Jordan Poole took a step this year. You just haven't seen preseason stuff. Jordan Poole,
Yeah, I mean,
Jordan
they
Poole
don't look very. I
is
don't
getting
know. I don't
better.
think they're a top five team in the West. I must say.
Jordan Poole took a step, I think, from the bench, and then, I mean, Marquise Chris is a good backup center in my opinion. He came in 9 and 8 in 10 minutes last night. He's a good backup center for sure.
He came in just chucked threes. I don't know. That's not what I
And
want
he
for
made
myself.
him.
No, he was two
He made
for
him.
5 or 2 for 6.
No, but I think the Warriors just don't have any playmakers. I guess Steph needs to make every play basically for everybody on the team. That's the biggest problem. When they have Draymond and Clay, at least it kind of opens up the floor for Steph to relax a little bit. But now it's, I don't know. I don't see them even making the playoffs, to be honest, at this rate.
No, dude. If they're in even
Saying,
worst case scenario, if they're a 10th seed, I definitely have the Warriors beating one of those 7 through 9 seeds in a play-in game. There's no way that I think they lose to some young
They'll make the
Suns?
playoffs.
team.
They'll make the playoffs. They'll beat the shit teams.
I think they'll definitely make the playoffs. The play-in game, if they have to be in the play-in game, the play-in game is helping them. They're just gonna outclass those guys.
who they
John
play
Morant
that
is
game?
gonna beat Steph in a play-in game.
I mean, they're better than New Orleans. They're better. I mean, I think they're better than the Jazz. I mean, the bottom teams of the West. I think they're better than them, but they're not top 5, and they're not contending.
Yeah, I think we're better than Houston with the way Houston's going as well. Easy.
Yeah. No, I think Houston, I mean, it's interesting. I think if Harden stays, they actually won't be that bad because I like Christian Wood a lot, and I think John Wall is pretty good now. He's healthy, so I think they could actually be a playoff team if they're solidly healthy all year. But I think I heard that Harden's probably gonna be traded to either the Nuggets or
I would love to see Michael
Celtics.
Porter Jr. leave.
Which I would love actually because I have Michael Porter Jr. on my fantasy team, and that would be so good for him.
Oh my
Go
god!
crazy on the Rockets.
Oh my god, that would be so dirty.
Yeah. But anyways, let's get into the Lakers game, Leo.
Not worried whatsoever. Not worried at all.
Care to expand a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, ring night. Everyone loses on ring night. It's a thing.
Okay.
So
pretty sure we won on ring night all those times.
We were down 20, turned it on.
We got KD though.
Yeah, we were down 20, turned it on like this, came back, we were down 1, and then just
you lost by 15.
80 barely played in the game. 80 was barely playing. LeBron was missing layups. I'm not worried at all. First game of the season, we won the championship 70 days ago. Even Vogel before the game was oh, I don't know if we'll have our legs. So like, yeah, I'm not worried at all.
I mean, that's like one good thing. I know LeBron always starts off kind of slow because he's like 36 years old, obviously. I think as the season progresses, like he's going to be the same old LeBron and like they'll be fine. But
The
I do
one
like
thing I'm looking
I
at,
don't think there's anything for Lakers fans to worry about, but like it's a good sight to see the Lakers lose for the haters like me. So I'll take it.
yeah, I mean, the only one thing I wanted to see more was AD being more aggressive. Like
That's
he
because he
was
has
like,
him on his fantasy team. Everyone. That's
that's
why.
true.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But I mean, I also
No
want to see
bias
like
there,
it could easily be a 28-12 if he wanted to, and it's annoying to
That's
see when he's
fantasy
just
talking.
no. I mean like he could easily win MVP. Like if he just like played hard all the time, he'd easily be MVP. But
But actually, I
like
think
during the
Montrez and like Marcus Gasol are going to take away like a lot of his fantasy value. Not a lot, but like
I don't think so. I think a lot of his value was taken away from JaVale and Dwight last year with the boards.
Mm.
And I mean, him and Trez were unstoppable, and Marcus Gasol doesn't really get that many boards, so and he'll score his points. So like I'm just like if he wasn't going for loose balls and stuff. Like once he starts like getting in the rhythm, like I could see him averaging 28 and 12, like a New Orleans AD on the Lakers is what we should see. I don't know if he'll like do it, but he can if he wants to.
But do you think the Lakers are going to miss like the shot blocking of like JaVale and
Yeah, honestly, yeah, we
and
do.
Dwight?
We kind of saw it a little bit, but I think also shot blocking is kind of underrated because it's like 3 plays that shot blocking really affects you. It's not like it happens throughout the game. Like Marcus all played some good D, just contesting shots. AD will contest shots. Montrez was going up and blocking shots. Like
Did you
I
say
think when,
did you say blocking shots is overrated? Like it doesn't mean anything?
I think it's a little bit overrated. Yeah, I think it happens on a couple of plays, and
No, dude, but
I think
the people who get blocks are the people exactly what you're saying. That's what they do. They contest shots the best. That's why they get the most blocks.
but Marcus
So
Gasol
by
is
not
contesting
having
shots.
blocks, you're having worse contest. That's
We
like exactly how it works.
we
in my
got
opinion.
better. We got better on the perimeter and worse on the defensive end and better offensively. So I think it'll even out. And I think we lost a little bit. We lost a little bit in the paint, but we got so much better in the perimeter that I'm not that worried. I think we're better than last year. So and I think we just need time to mesh because this is ultimately just like a completely different team.
Yeah, and you have THT. I was actually considering taking it in fantasy.
go.
It's probably a little too much hype.
Dude, love that. Same, yeah. I know now he has too much hype, but I was hyping him up way before like the preseason, and now it's way too much. But he has the same hand size as Kawhi. Just like
When
you know
LeBron said,
that.
LeBron was like,
How
he's
good
next
he
or
is.
something. He's like next in line. No,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, you should
Save
check it
yourself
out.
and don't pick him up yet. Maybe next season.
yeah, I don't think so.
No, I mean, I think once if we clinch, he'll be really good. Once just for the garbage time.
I think once
Like
like
he's a
LeBron,
garbage time god. Yeah,
once
he's gonna be
LeBron
a garbage
retires,
time
like, next
god.
point guard for the Lakers, basically, or whatever.
Dude, garbage time God. Did someone say James Wiseman? That was last night.
Yeah, I mean, like there was this podcast with it was like I think it was Gilbert Arenas. It was Gilbert Arenas oh no, it was Tony Allen, and Tony Allen was talking about how he went and watched uh Taylor's game in the G League, and he was like, it wasn't even close. Like he was just murking everyone down in the G League, and yeah, he was like, and Taylor was talking trash to Tony during the game. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, he's gonna be a monster, much better than Kuz.
I mean, I have for me in my NBA Finals matchup, I have the Nets versus the Lakers. That's my prediction
agree.
right there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like the Nets just like look insane. Like their 11th man is like Landry Shamet, who's also like
Yeah, I definitely
Yeah.
have the Nets as well.
What's interesting though is that if Miami doesn't face the Bucks, because like in the East, like last year, it was all about matchups. Because I felt that the Heat were better than the Bucks, but the Bucks were better than the Celtics, but the Celtics were all as good as the Heat. Like it was really like dependent on the matchups, and like I think the Bucks could beat the Nets in a 7-game series, but the Heat won't beat the Nets in a 7-game series.
I mean,
But
for
the
me,
Heat,
like it comes down to like
Yeah,
KD.
I think the Heat can be a 7-game series with anyone.
I don't think they would beat the Nets. The Nets have too much star power.
Yeah, like just
I
having
think the
Kevin Durant
Bucks.
back, like
I don't think the Nets have anyone to guard
like,
Giannis.
KD.
I don't think they have that. KD's too small. KD's too weak, to be honest with both.
I think KD is a solid matchup, and then they have DeAndre Jordan inside and Jared Allen inside, like good shot
Yeah.
blockers.
Yeah.
They can definitely. I
I
think they can
think
definitely guard.
I think that's a 7-game series, 100% with the Nets and the Bucks.
And they have Drew Holiday to guard Kyrie. So
I mean, with Drew, they should be like. I mean,
yeah,
I think the Bucks could be a little underrated this year.
for sure.
I mean,
All right, what do you guys?
they're gonna be number one seed though. I don't think there's anything underrated.
I mean, everyone's just gonna say, oh, they're gonna lose in the playoffs.
I mean,
It'll be like PG this year. PG is gonna be underrated this year just because everyone's just gonna meme him. It's gonna be the same thing. It's like that.
But I do see like some like chemistry issues like arising. Obviously, just because Kyrie and KD both kind of interesting people. So like, I don't know. Like, I don't think it's gonna be as smooth sailing as it seems right now. What did Kyrie say? It was like, I don't talk to pawns or something. I don't know what his quote was, but
yeah,
something
that
like
was so
he
funny.
He's a god. He definitely is a god.
Actually, he makes like
Yeah.
the NBA a little more interesting though, just because he's like
Oh yeah.
quirky in
I-
a sense.
He looked
Did you
just as
see
good as
KD?
Steph, I must say, though, in that game.
Just KD last night. Chuck's like, "What have you been doing this whole time? You're like working on your game, like getting healthy." He's like, "Yeah." It was like
Oh,
awkward silence for like 10 seconds. That was so funny.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. What are you guys thinking for like tonight? I'm trying to think who's like, and like everybody's playing tonight, but
Yeah, let's see that.
I have DeAndre Ayton on my team, and I'm like pretty hyped about just his like potential overall this season to be
Yeah,
like
I have Chris Paul.
elite
There you
level.
go.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I have Devin Booker. And there we go.
I think Chris Paul's gonna make those guys like, I don't know, twice as good just because
Yeah.
his playmaking.
I'm excited to watch Devin Booker. I just made a trade for Trey, and
Okay.
I really need to see him go off today, just for my sake.
Who'd you trade for Trey?
It's a little the calculations in my head justify, but you might say that I completely whiffed on this trade. But it was Tatum and Paul George for Trey and Kemba, and then I traded Kemba for Aaron Gordon straight after because I think Aaron Gordon's going to take a step, and he's going to be really good. I think without Jonathan Isaac, and I think Trey is going to be like a 60 in our fantasy point league, which means that's 60, like a 40, which is Aaron Gordon because he's going to get double and stuff. That's 100. So that means, in my opinion, that Tatum and Paul George have to be at 50, which Paul George is not going to be that good in my opinion because he was like a 41 last year for reference.
Mhm.
So he has to gain that much to be a 50, and I think Tatum's just like a 50. So that's why I did the trade, even though on paper it looks like I absolutely got finessed.
Yeah.
But I think the non-fantasy talk though, as far as like interesting games today, I mean, I think the Pelicans Raptors could be fun. Bucks Celtics, Suns and Mavs.
Suns
Those
Mavericks
are
has
like
the
three
game.
good games for
Yeah,
sure.
that's the game of the night. Same
What do
with
you
Suns
guys
Mavericks.
think of Zion? Do you think he's just gonna like be?
Oh, we got a Zion lover over here.
Dude, I mean, I ended up taking the reach.
Well,
Yeah, I think Zion like if you take like if Zion's like per 36, I think just from last season, like he didn't even play much last season. Like, but as long as he stays healthy, there's nothing stopping him from being like a 27-9 kind of guy. Really,
Yeah.
he's pretty much unstoppable.
Yanni, who do you think is gonna have a better season, Ja or Zion?
Dude, I think honestly, if you unleash Zion, like he's gonna be like one of the best 10 players in the NBA, easily.
He's so scary to watch, though.
I just watch him go against like
That's
like
not a diss to Ja though. I think Ja can actually average a double-double.
Oh, I think he could be a 25 and 10 type of guy.
No, he's not gonna score 25, but he can get 10.
Dude, that team without JJJ for a while, he's gonna have to put up some big numbers.
No, I just don't see him
I don't think
scoring. He's not like a scorer like that.
I think he could easily average 25 with just the ease of how he gets into the lane, and he's just a natural born passer. So I could see him averaging 25. Once JJJ comes back, I think that'll tone down a little bit though.
What do you guys think of MPJ? I'm pretty excited about him, but like I'm not sure just because like Denver's like really good overall. Like how much production is he gonna get on that roster?
I had him in the bubble fantasy league. We had a bubble just because like of how fantasy ended. We had like a sour taste in our mouths, so we made a bubble fantasy league with just like it was pretty light, and you just we had our own point system and stuff like that. But he was just an animal. Like, I mean, he was, even if he didn't score 25, he was getting like 15 and 12, which is already like really good. So like, I don't know, I think it's so easy for him to be really good. And if he gets traded to the Rockets, I mean, he's gonna be insane. I think he could be like a top 30 fantasy player easily with if he gets traded to the Rockets.
Yeah, all right, you got me hyped now.
Top 30 puts him above people like De'Aaron Fox, stuff like that. Like he's not
I
top
think
30.
he could be a 20 and 10 easily on the Rockets.
I don't know. With
he's
Jokic,
gonna be
Curry,
I
I don't
wouldn't.
see it
I don't
happening.
think he's averaging 10 rebounds no matter what.
He's a
Like I would say like he can average, I think, on Brooklyn. I mean on the Nuggets, maybe like 17 and 7. If he goes to the Rockets, I don't understand why that would make his rebounds go up. It's not like he's gonna play more minutes. He's gonna play a lot. He's a starter on both teams.
he
Like
kind of just like
maybe he'll
he's a
score
rebounding,
21,
like
like 21 and 7 maybe. But still, like John Wall is like a ball dominant point guard. Christian Wood inside there, DeMarcus Cousins, Eric Gordon takes out a lot of shots. Eric Gordon, if I said that right, yeah. So like, there's a lot going on there too.
I watch his games and he's just a like, because you're watching for stats of fantasy, he's just stat padding rebounder. He just goes out to every board and like, even if his teammate is going for the same board, he'll try to go for that board. So like, he's kind of a stat padding rebounder. So that's why I think he'll average double. He could, I think for the rest of his career after this year, he'll be averaging double-digit rebounds because he's just a stat.
I'll take that bet.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that at all, obviously. So
I really think he's gonna be good.
yeah. Okay. Leaving fantasy a little bit. Let's go into like who do you guys think is gonna win the Rookie of the Year? I'm curious to see your takes.
You don't have to ask me. You already know what I.
Yeah, I know what you're gonna say, but
that's tough. I think it's gonna be either Wiseman or LaMelo, just because of they have the most opportunity.
Yeah.
I don't think they might not be the best. I think I don't know. I think that it could be Wiseman early. I think Wiseman's gonna lead in the early voting for the first half because LaMelo's gonna come off the bench because Charlotte's quite deep. Like they got Rozier, they got Graham, they got Hayward. Like he's gonna have to come off the bench on that team for the first half, and then maybe he'll come on later. So I think Wiseman, just because he has the biggest role. I definitely don't think he's the best rookie though.
I saw Wiseman's trainer, like his personal trainer, he was talking about like his potential on some podcasts, and he was like, Wiseman is a mix of Anthony Davis and David Robinson. I was like that's like he's gonna be at least those guys. He's like, but I think he's gonna be even better. This guy said. I was like, whoa, I don't know if he reaches that level.
I mean, literally look at him. He's 7'1" and he runs like a guard. It's absurd. And he has an outside touch. Like he shoots better than like, let's say if we're comparing like DeAndre Ayton rookie season, like he's way better on offense than DeAndre Ayton already.
But he's not as good.
Was good in my opinion.
I think that's
he's a good taller than Ayton, and he has way more defensive upside. He's like 9'6" reach. Like he can lead the league in shot blocking. Yeah. Not this season, but like in general.
I think that's a good comparison.
Also, from like what I've heard, like his maturity and his like work ethic are like really, really good. So like I don't know, like Steve Kerr, Bob Myers.
He definitely has the highest upside of rookies, but also like a really decent floor.
Yeah, exactly.
I think LaMelo has the highest upside because he's just a point guard. I think centers have with the league, how the league plays now, the centers have a kind of a capped upside just because they don't have the ball as much. I think LaMelo has the highest upside just because he can be a superstar. But I think Wiseman has the safest value though.
Yeah, I would say Wiseman is easily like I wanted to say like if he played not 3 seasons in college, if he played like a regular season, I think he'd be like undisputed the number 1 pick. Like it wouldn't be like questionable. You know, it's like a Zion last year or the year before, like Anthony Davis. Like just like like every now and then there's like a rookie that is the first pick, like Cat went in, like all these players. Like he's on that level, in my opinion.
I think the top 3 were kind of the same level. You know, Anthony Edwards, LaMelo, and Wiseman is just that.
Yeah, I'm saying if Wiseman played a full season, it wouldn't be close.
I think they would have still taken Anthony Edwards because they have Cat. Like I think they would have, the draft would have gone relatively the same just because of what the team needed.
No, but Wiseman was really hyped up like that, like going into the draft. Like maybe someone trades up. I'm just saying, like as far as who the best player is.
I don't know.
So here's another one for you guys. What do you guys think of Denny? Like obviously as a Wizards fan, I want this guy to be, the next Luka Doncic, 6'10" Luka basically. But I want to hear like an unbiased opinion. From
Why are you a Wizards fan?
Why?
Israeli? Yeah.
No, was it also I'm from the DMV? So like,
Yeah, he's from Baltimore. So like,
I mean, I guess it would have been the Bullets back then, but
Go ahead.
but yeah, what do you guys think of obviously he's Israeli, so that's like also cool for me. What do you guys think
I only
of
saw his preseason. Like I saw the two preseason games he played well. That one game he had like 15 points and like 9 rebounds, something like that. I don't know. I saw those highlights. His shot looks nice.
Mm.
You can obviously drive. He's like a good finisher on the break, especially. Like, I remember watching his like highlights before the draft. I was like damn, like this guy on the break is definitely a problem. Like
right.
like a Jaylen Brown type player, like in the break, like he's scoring. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Like
I think
Denny
he's
can do like that on the break, and then he has a good shot already, and he's obviously 6'10", moving like that. I think he's solid, but like
I think
we'll
Doncic is a pretty tough comparison to him.
yeah, I don't think Doncic is a fair one at all.
Yeah, I don't think it's a great comparison. I think he could be more of like a more athletic Andre Bargnani, something like but better, but better. No. He has really good potential, but I think it's just he's hard to compare to
Okay.
someone.
Yeah, I hate doing like I saw Tyler Hero talking about like white guys getting compared to white guys, but like I'm gonna do it anyway. Like Gallinari, I think.
No, Andre Bargnani was actually like pretty nasty. Like,
Oh, I mean,
he-
Gallinari is like a 20 points per game scorer. He can get.
He's much
He's
more
also really tall. Also really
He's
tall
much
like Denny, but Denny's got better like inside and like he's quicker.
Gallo can't move like that. Gallo can't move like that. I think Denny can move way better. I know. I think he's a weird player because we don't really like with Luka. We had a lot of tape on him just because he was on Real Madrid. With Danny, we don't like the real like tape you only have was the EuroLeague. Like
Don't cap, bro. Go watch the tape.
I'm not gonna do that. So like it's kind of hard. We don't really
Go
know.
watch it. It's out there.
It was going off.
Yeah, we just like no. It's really hard to see because like Doncic was playing real players this most of his career.
Yeah.
Where Danny didn't really get that opportunity. I mean at least what I saw on his professional team. So it's kind of hard to judge. So it's kind of like an unknown. Like he has, I think he has a lot of potential, but he also could be a dud easily.
You just go watch the tape.
Go ahead, you can do it if you want.
I've watched it.
Yeah, and that's still crazy to me that Luka felt like number 3 in that draft. Like,
yeah,
insane.
That's stupid. Like, he's a EuroLeague MVP. Like EuroLeague is a good league, and he's an MVP. He's not like just like some good player like Denny.
That's ridiculous.
He's an MVP.
Years old, the MVP of the EuroLeague. That's like God's.
Yeah, that's like unheard of. So
yeah.
He was definitely a prodigy back at like I had a friend.
Actually, me and Leo went to a game in Moscow. We watched CSKA Moscow against Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Like we pretty much went to go see Luka, and like he was having a slow first half. CSKA, a really good team in the EuroLeague every year, and they were kind of like giving Real Madrid the work.
Mm-hmm.
But second half, Luka kind of woke up and did something. Like it got pretty close. I remember.
It was interesting though to watch because the EuroLeague is different to how the NBA plays because like there's like Luka doesn't even start because they don't value stars like that. It's all team play. Like Luka put like 25 minutes, like and he's their best player. So like it was really like and same with like this CSKA MVP didn't start either. Like he was the MVP.
Also like anything talking about less minutes, like you gotta contextualize like the EuroLeague. First of all, like the quarters are 10 minutes compared to NBA where it's 12. And like they score less and they play much more like there's actually like defense compared to the NBA.
And yeah, a lot more team basketball.
So like you can easily if a EuroLeague player is averaging like Luka did like 18 points a game, like or whatever 17 whatever it was, like you can definitely like safely like add numbers to that to make it like a representative of the US.
Yeah, that was something that I was so like kind of like was like well I mean because I was expecting him to drop like 30 just because of the hype around him, but yeah but also what I kind of knew he was gonna be insane because I had a friend that played in the Slovenian national team and his dad played in the NBA and was coached and now is a coach for the Slovenian team or was. And he said like I asked him about Luka and he's like he's the greatest player I've ever seen in my life. Like he's the most insane. Yeah, like so. Yeah, I think the Marvin Bagley was an utter whiff.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's got to suck for the Kings. I mean,
yeah, even like I get it because you already got Booker, so like I get it. But the Kings, they just oh my god.
And that was actually a good draft. They had that was Trae Young, DeAndre Ayton, Luka Doncic. Like that was a pretty good don't know if you guys watch, Bill Simmons. He has like all these like he has like all these like redrafts of like different years for the draft. That would be like a really, really interesting one to redraft actually. A good video topic. So I'll keep that in mind. But
Right.
yeah, write that down for sure.
You can
What
do
about,
do our own redraft. That'd be fun.
That'd be fun for sure. Let's do that. What about 2K21? Anybody have that yet? Anybody been playing?
I've been playing a little bit. I stopped for a bit. I mean, I kind of during quarantine, I kind of got back at the 2K20 just because like there was nothing to do.
Yeah.
And my park was like, I mean, my park's always gonna be fun just because like you're on your own player when you're playing with your friends. Like that's always gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. 2K20 is 2K. Like they don't really fix. I mean, play now seems a little bit better than last year, and I don't really know. I haven't really played with my park that much. I don't like the new shooting meter. It's like at least for me, it's way harder to adjust to from last year. But
Right.
other than that, I think it's pretty much the same.
Do you have the what's it called? Xbox One or PS5?
Nope.
No, apparently
You?
PS5 looks way different. So that's why I was like, oh.
Yeah, they always. I remember that like whatever that was before for the PS when it was PS3 to PS4, it was the new PS4.
That's a
And then,
huge difference.
yeah, it was insane. The difference was insane.
I don't really know if the difference is like that this time around, but like I remember that Xbox One, Xbox 360, like PS3, PS4 was absurd.
Yeah,
The quality. They were just so much sweatier all
it
of a
was a
sudden.
whole different game. They changed a bunch too.
Yeah, I remember the first time I like went over to Jacob's house when he got the new I forgot which one, next gen one. I was like, whoa, this is like ridiculous. Like before it was more like blocky, like pixely, and then this like turned into like real texturized, like
You always fool your grandma. She thinks you're watching games, but like you're just gaming,
Yeah.
on 2K.
Okay, let's see. What else NBA wise? Oh, I saw the Lakers rings. Those things look ridiculous. So I was like the L.
Well, I got this one. I got wearing this right now, even though that's not the same thing. But God, those were nice.
Yeah.
Those are insane.
Let's see.
Dude, what do you think about Porzingis, Yanni, going to this season? He's obviously a big part for like if the Mavs want to be that like top 4, top 5 team, like they need Porzingis out there. If he's not there, they kind of fall out to the bottom half of the West, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think like you said, he's the X factor on that team. If they have him, like I think they're definitely a top 3 team in the West. I think Luka's good enough to carry them just to be like, he's Luka.
I mean, they can beat bad teams having Luka.
I think Porzingis is always going to have this thing in his career where he's like always, kind of injured. Like he's always going to have like little nagging injuries, like Embiid kind of. So I think for the Mavericks, like long term, I would try to get like I don't know another guy to pair along with Luka. Maybe it's a hot take, but like
I mean, yeah.
I would do that.
What's his name? Josh Richardson's been playing well, I think, in preseason, right?
But he's not gonna be that other piece.
No, of course, no, he's not the other piece, but I think he was a pretty good upgrade for them over like.
When is he supposed to come back, Porzingis?
I don't know. Like they say, like I think I read he pretty much only did like 5-on-0 in practice. Like he hasn't like played a full hasn't even played scrimmages or anything like that at all yet.
I mean, when he's healthy, he's like one of the best players in the league, and like they almost
He was insane last year.
Last
He was
year,
really good.
bubble.
No, yeah,
What
I think by like end of January there'll be like some report on when he's coming back.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I thought that we were gonna beat the Clippers if without the bogus foul calls and the injury. I thought that they were better than the Clippers last year. So yeah, I think they're gonna definitely be contenders for the next, as long as Luka's there.
I mean, Luka in general, I think he's going to be like at the end of his career. Like, I think he's going to be a top 5 player of all time. I don't know.
I think he'll be in the GOAT talk.
Easily.
He needs like 3 chips.
Yeah, he's gonna win.
GOAT talk, but
I think he could easily be in the GOAT talk just because, first of all, he's white, which is gonna be like always just gonna give him +5. Just because.
What?
That always happens.
This man, bro, what are you saying?
editing that out.
Cut that out. Cut that
It always
out.
happens. I think he's gonna be in the GOAT talk just because like
That's
he's
insane.
just a different
Cut
player.
that out.
No, I think
This man,
that's what
bro.
happens. It happens
Kick
all the
him.
time. Like Larry,
Yeah.
like people still consider Larry better than Magic when he's not. So like it's just, I mean, and he's
Bro, take the background off. What do you have in the background over there, man? Talking all of that.
No. I mean, listen, he's just gonna be. I think he's gonna be go talk all, but he's also gonna be just insane as well. Like, I mean, he definitely he's gonna be. He's a basketball.
Like I think he's not going to be able to hold up like kind of like Larry Bird by the end of his career because like kind of his ethnicity wasn't the best. No, I'm just kidding. No, but his like his I don't know.
Leo says it is the best. So like,
Yeah. No, no, but I think he's going to be a great player for sure.
Yeah, back to just saying that with the clarifying the white
yeah,
point.
race aside, he's a good player.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
like
Yeah,
he gets
it's just
buckets.
that the white thing always gives just because there are less white players, they're always just given like more attention, and that's just always like with Larry, it was always like the great white hope, even though like
Yeah, it was not
Magic was. I
But
mean,
that was the '80s though. That's like I know that whole story. It's like the Magic versus Larry. It's like white versus black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I saw this documentary. It was like the shut up and dribble thing from I think LeBron helped produce that. Like that's like what they talked about there a lot. It's
But
pretty
now, I
interesting.
mean, all the best players in the NBA, not all the like some of the best players in the NBA are European players, so it's not even like
yeah.
Bro, yeah, just check out the Serbia national team. They're all over the place.
yeah. I mean,
We had to face one of those. Me and Jacob playing in the basketball tournament. We had to face one of that.
Like Serbians, yeah.
Serbian-
Yeah,
Serbian national team kids.
Yeah, and they were insane.
No, I think those European like Eastern European practices, like whatever, like trainings, they just make those guys like so much tougher than like
Dude,
American players.
if teams, I think Yanni, you definitely understand this very well because we had that season, in like 8th grade where we were playing in the Russian like
Yeah.
city leagues. Like all these Europeans, they're just so coached. They're just like a unit, you know. They know how to play as a team. They play every day together, and they'll just start pressing you all game because they just have the system. Like they're just like one unit, you
That's
know.
like
And
the opposite of like AAU basketball, where it's just like
yeah,
freestyle,
like
whatever.
some star stat padding for ball is life, like throwing up the O's and shit. Like
Yeah.
there's none of that happening in Europe. You know, they're just
Yeah.
playing basketball.
Which
No,
is
yeah,
I
I
think
used
that's
to play
why like
for-
Luka's so good because he just has like fundamentals that other people in the NBA don't have. Like, I don't
Yeah, I
know.
mean that's what Kobe always said too. Like like all these European players, he's saying like they're just like they're on a different level when it comes to like fundamentals coming out. You know.
That's why I saw like Gilbert Arenas talking about this on his podcast. He was like, what makes Luka great isn't his like whatever ability, it's his fundamental understanding of basketball. Like he knows where the defender is going to be, like where to position his body. So it's interesting.
Yeah, and I used to play for like, and I mean, I kind of had that experience as well because I used to play club, for, like a Russian club,
Mm.
and they practice like every situation, like pick and roll, what, and on every situation, if they hedge you, if they get W, like behind the back passes, they practice behind the back passes. Like it's like they practice for every situation. So like when Luka's playing, it's literally like he's seen it all before, so it's all slow motion. Well, like Kobe was known for that because he did it by himself, but like in Europe, they practice that. Everyone knows that. It's just that Luka was also also given some. He's been playing since he was 5, and he also has some like God given ability. So like I think he's just different.
Yeah, for sure. Another team that's like really interesting to me is the Bulls, just because like they have a
Kobe
coach
won.
that I really like.
I love. I have
Billy
Kobe on my
Donovan, great coach, obviously, and I think they have like good talent. So like I don't know, what do you guys think? Are they a playoff team in the East? It sounds kind of weird, but like
I think they whiffed their draft pick.
Honestly, I think you're wrong. Like I thought so too in the beginning, but if you watch him in the preseason, Patrick Williams can ball.
dude, he's legit.
I
Yeah,
think they
He
had
can ball.
Danny on
He's
the team.
really good. He can ball.
I really thought Danny was gonna go to the Bulls. I think he would've
Patrick Williams, he deserves to be in that draft spot. I think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think Danny would have made a bigger difference with just more
Dude,
playmaking.
watch the tape. You heard it already, bro. Watch the tape. You haven't seen Patrick Williams, man.
But
You
he's
need to
not,
pick him up on fantasy, dude. I'm telling you, Patrick Williams is good.
the Bulls. Like they still need a ton of help, and I think Danny would have given them way more help than Patrick Williams, who might have been like a nice pick for them next year. Where right now they don't need like Patrick Williams is probably gonna be a solid role player. Like, he's not, but Danny
He's
has
starting.
Huh?
He's starting.
Over Wendell.
He's not a center. He's a small forward.
They're gonna.
no,
Sorry, well,
yeah, he's like a small forward.
so
So
instead of
starting.
Otto-
He started in the preseason.
so what's that? Kobe White, Levine.
so are you
Williams,
saying,
Markkinen, and Wendell.
are you saying
And then
picking
they're
Patrick
gonna-
Williams for a fantasy team?
What?
Are you saying to pick up Patrick Williams for the fantasy?
You know, just add him to the watch list. I think.
Okay. because I have like OG Anunoby as my like backup right now. So
OG should take a step, I think, this season. He's a good player this
they
year.
got the contract, so like I hope he's like going to play at a higher level.
I just think in that lineup, what we just said, I think Danny fits way better in that lineup because Kobe White's not really a playmaker. Zach LaVine's a scorer.
Who's the defender if they have to take of Diha? Like Patrick Williams
true.
is like
That's
a
true.
long.
That's
He
true.
can guard the best player every night and just
That's
like
true.
make it hard.
That's a good point. That's a good point. But I think that Denny with that team could have been something special. I think they could have traded down to get Patrick Williams.
Fair enough.
I don't know how far they could have traded down. Like Patrick Williams is like, actually impressive.
Now, getting off this topic though, I think next year's draft is like supposed to be even better.
Yeah, that team that they
like,
have like
crazy.
5 stars in that
Don't
draft.
the Warriors have the Timberwolves pick?
Yeah, top 3 protected. So like, I'm hoping for the 4th.
Bro, if we get like Jalen Green or something, that'd be insane.
No.
And we can have the 4th pick. You know, like that's the highest we can get. If it goes to top 3, it's Timberwolves.
Oh, I see.
And they have like, they have. So they have.
So I'm cheering for the Timberwolves in the back as well. You know, I got the Warriors, but the Timberwolves, I want them to, not be at the bottom.
Yeah.
They have like 5 stars in that draft. That's like Jalen Suggs, Jalen Green, Evan Mobley, USC.
Yeah.
And then they got what's his name? The guy.
Cade Cunningham.
Cade Cunningham.
Yeah.
And then there's another guy in the G League. Forgot his name.
That's Jalen Green. Oh, you mean the other
No,
guy?
another guy.
Yeah, he's also. Yeah, that draft is gonna be stupid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hey, that's 4 players at least right there. So if we're 4th,
You watch
Jalen
USC?
Suggs, baby. I'll take it.
You watch USC games, Leo?
No.
Oh, okay.
I want to, but I don't know. I wanted to go, and when it just got shut down, I kind of just got lost interest. And then especially when I came back to Moscow, it's just the time is just not it. And but I do watch the highlights.
No,
So
apparently
in fact-
Mobley's like supposed to be really good. So
Oh, Evan, no,
We
I've
talked
been
about
watching
college the other day, but
the-
USC isn't even like ranked or doesn't have any votes
We're
for being
gonna be
ranked.
ranked.
You know
We're
they
gonna
have
be
Mobley.
We're gonna be ranked. I'm 100%.
You guys are
sure.
gonna be like 4th in the Pac-12.
No. We'll be top 2. Like by the end of the season,
the
we'll be top 2.
UCLA USC trash talk going on
No,
here.
no, it's not even like just like don't even look at my opinion. Just read up, watch some film, bruh.
Evan Mobley's gonna be.
we got Oregon, Arizona State, and UCLA.
Bro,
But like we can talk about college another time. I don't want to go.
No
on
one
a
can guard
segue.
Evan Mobley
bro,
in college.
Evan Mobley, Lou Alcindor. No. No, but definitely a good player.
He's gonna be weird though. He's
Yeah.
I'm just saying for the draft, he's a weird player because I don't know how to translate to the NBA because he's like a thon maker, like where he's like that's what I would say. He's not like a DeAndre Ayton or even a James Wiseman, or he's kind of smaller, and he's more of a shooter than a player that plays in the paint. So he's like he could be a bust, but I think he's better. I think he won't be a bust, but he's interesting. He's not a typical center at all.
You remember when what's his name? KG had his own show on TNT?
Mm-hmm.
He was like Thon Maker is gonna be a MVP like in the next 5 years or something. I was like,
I remember that Ron Artest was also really hyping him up. And yeah, nothing.
No, I thought he was gonna be like the next like on 2K. He's like insane like on my team.
Yeah, I saw.
Demigod. So, but let's see. Okay, what about LaMelo? We kind of lightly touched on LaMelo. Pause. But what do you guys think of LaMelo's potential?
LaMelo 3-point contest 1v1. Let's do it. This man cannot really shoot. Like that's all I got to say. Like
Really?
I don't know. Like he doesn't look. He
Nice.
hasn't been looking good. Like he's flashy with the passes, but like that's about it. Like and then he's 6'8" and like he gets rebounds. So like
I think this
I
is
don't know,
just
like,
not the
I
year
think
for
he could be like his brother, just like a slow start, but like kind of every season, like is he gonna take the step? Is he gonna take the step? Is he gonna take the step?
Right.
We're still saying that about Lonzo, and I think it's fine to
Right.
say it. He should take a step. I think he'll be a good player, but I don't know about rookie of the year or anything. He won't score enough.
It's a hard season for him because I think the Hornets are trying to make the playoffs, and they have already like that lineup already without Lamelo would make in my opinion would make the playoffs. So
They
they're
can't
gonna
do.
try to. It's gonna be hard for them to like talk about with development and trying to make the playoffs at the same time. So that's why I think he could be the best player in the draft, but he won't win the Rookie of the Year just because of that. So like,
I think in general, like rookie of the year goes to the person who like leads the league in scoring, and like that's like a
well,
pretty
it's because
common
who has
trend.
the
I
most
feel like.
opportunity. It's usually just who has the most opportunity. Like Michael
Yeah,
Carter Williams, that just because that Sixers team was trash. So
he was actually really good though.
yeah, but like just because that Sixers team was trash, he had the most opportunity.
Yeah,
But he just
So
couldn't
like,
like all of a sudden he like stopped being able to shoot, which was like really weird. I
I
don't know.
remember that. I remember his debut. I think he had like 10 steals or something like that. It was
yeah, he
crazy.
was the first triple double on a debut from a rookie.
Yeah. He had like 10 steals or what was it?
I think he just had a normal triple double, but like 5 steals or something.
What do you guys think of the Sixers? Like, what do you think of the potential there in the East?
They made great moves. They got Seth Curry now on the perimeter. Danny Green, we know what Danny Green can be for both extremes. So like, they just got to hope for the good side of Danny Green. Then you got Doc Rivers. I think it's definitely better than Brett Brown. Brett Brown is a disaster the last couple of years.
Right, right.
Like Embiid, Ben Simmons, they're apparently playing pick and roll more this season.
But do you think
I don't
at
know.
a level like that would work? Just having Simmons and Embiid. Like, do you think that kind of combo works?
They're just unlucky that Kyrie and KD are on the same team. Let's just put it like that.
I don't think they made enough moves to put him over the top because I also don't think they had enough time because
They could have
they
done it last season. They really could have done it last season if everything was clicking. Like they
yeah
could have done it. I think like even right now, it's like I think this season, like I think the Sixers are definitely like like a head below like the Bucks and Nets, but like I think they're like looking eye to eye with like the Celtics and like the Heat and stuff like that as far as like a talent team.
I agree. Yeah, I think they definitely need that. They kind of screwed themselves with Tobias because now you can't really move that contract, and he's not really that great of a third best player, especially with Embiid and Simmons. You kind of need more of a playmaker. So like, I don't know, they're kind of
James
stuck.
Harden.
I honestly, I think they should do, in my opinion, I think they should do James Harden for Ben Simmons, but they won't.
I would do it too if I was
I
them.
mean, they would do it like mid-season. They're gonna see how it works. I think first couple games, and then
I think James Harden's gonna be gone soon. I mean, they might not have the opportunity. They just Ben Simmons needs an open floor, and you need to give the ball to them in the paint, so it just doesn't work.
yeah, I remember like talking with Jacob about this. We were saying like if Ben Simmons had his own team, he would basically be like Giannis. Like he would
Yeah,
definitely just like put up the numbers Giannis puts up.
I don't know about the scoring, but like he can definitely get the 10 assists and 10 rebounds and like
And
20 points.
I think
defensively, he's better. I think.
Yeah,
he would.
there's no chance Ben Simmons averages 30 points, but like he can average 20.
But he will average more assists than Giannis.
Yeah, no, he averages more assists than Giannis right now.
Yeah, and I also think Ben Simmons is top 3 defensive player in the league.
Yeah,
as well. So like, yeah, if he had his own team, he'd be insane. And I really think they should just do. I think that the Harden Ben Simmons trade just benefits both teams.
Yeah, I was gonna say something about the defense thing, but I'm just gonna shut up before I like get roasted.
James Wiseman, top 3.
Oh no, not definitely not now. But I think everyone can agree that like give Wiseman like 2-3 years, he can be a defensive presence like Gobert. Like he has the body to do it.
I think Gobert's the most overrated defender in the league.
No, I mean he's definitely the best shot blocker in the league.
Yeah, but he can't. He literally can't guard me on the perimeter. Like he can't guard anyone. Like it's embarrassing to see him on the perimeter. Like
I was making fun of one of my friends like that who can't guard on the perimeter. Like we play pickup and stuff, and like he see like talking trash, he can beat me 1-on-1. And I sent him the clip of Steph making Rudy do like a 360 on the perimeter. So yeah, I mean I agree with you. You definitely can't guard on the perimeter, but like it's about shot
I
blocking.
think it's Ben Simmons, AD, and Giannis are the top 3 defenders because they can guard all 5 positions.
Yeah, I mean I'm talking about shot blocking, but yeah.
Yeah, that's why I think shot block. That's why again I think guarding more positions and guarding perimeter and the paint is more valuable than shot blocking.
Okay, last topic before we finish this video off. So Giannis obviously signed the massive extension. I think the biggest contract in NBA history. What do you think of that move? What do you think Milwaukee has like in store for the future? What's your take on that? I guess.
Go ahead.
All right. I don't know. Like, I personally would get out of there if I was Giannis. But like, no, I mean, I just think of it differently. It's like from a basketball standpoint, like all the media stuff, like sure, but like these players are also like just they're just people. Like I wouldn't want to raise my family in Milwaukee if I could go anywhere I want in the U.S. That's just like from that standpoint.
Why Miami's better?
Huh?
And Miami's better for the taxes, obviously, tax purposes.
No, I mean just any of that really. Yeah, I mean actually, yeah. Speaking of taxes, if you go to Miami, he can have a lower contract and he'll be making more money.
Yeah.
But no, I think like basketball wise and NBA wise, like I mean, respect to Giannis for staying there, and then second, I think players should start coming over to Milwaukee. All those like people taking like 1 year, like veterans coming in, like how we saw the Warriors. Like David West came for like a season. Like that's a good pickup. I think stuff like that will start happening with Milwaukee, and maybe that will be enough at some point.
Yeah.
I think that I I kind of did never saw him leaving just because I think it meant so much for him to get drafted by the Bucks, just get drafted. So I thought that he was never going to leave because that was like his first home. I mean, second home after Greece, and like because he was like basically homeless, and for him to get drafted and give him the reins like that, and they really put a lot of attention and training into him. I think he's very grateful for that. So I really didn't think he was going to leave, and I think mostly that what happened is that the Heat didn't get Giannis and the Mavs didn't get Giannis. And I think that was like the biggest what if. And I think when Giannis signed, I think it's just now like the East is more stable. And like the Bucks are gonna have it's gonna be the same thing for the next 5 years. The Bucks, can they sign anyone? Probably not. They're gonna have to trade for someone. Or
I think they can sign people.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
like
trying to say. I think they can sign people. Like
the
you know,
Bucks,
like if
is
you go
Miami
to
gonna trade
Milwaukee
for
for like a
them?
2 year contract, you're gonna be playing with Giannis for both of those seasons. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you're not getting like ditched. Like,
Is
meanwhile, it's
Miami
like
gonna trade
just
Hero?
imagine you're an NBA player. Like before Giannis signs this extension, like you don't want to go to Milwaukee and then Giannis leaves. Like what?
Yeah, I agree.
Now you have that stability. Like, I mean, yeah, like the East is stable there. I mean, I would have thought it would have been cool to see him in Miami or Dallas. Like
Yeah, I agree.
I
It
don't
would
want
have
to see
been cool.
Luka and Giannis or like that whole Miami Heat team. They just went to the finals with Giannis.
I feel like he just owed Milwaukee so much. I think they just had like a really good bond. I just didn't think they were gonna leave.
Like Paul
Yeah.
George owes the city a title.
Yeah. But I don't know. The Heat's weird. I think the Heat is a weird team because like I think they should trade Hero
Oh,
because I think they should trade Hero
For who?
if they can get another star for Hero, I think you should automatically do that. Because they're not gonna
Oh.
win like that, and this is a good time to win now, and they're not gonna win with this team. It's just not.
I think their like kind of value was like overinflated by the bubble. I don't think that's like going to be repeatable.
I don't think the Heat should be in a rush. If you're saying like a window, like, I don't think they should be really in a rush. Like they can wait it out. Like let Bam Adebayo become like the best center in the league potentially. Like hope Hero develops into like like a top shooting guard.
Also, it's Miami, so like some free agent's going to want to go there eventually.
Yeah.
And
I think Jimmy is like it should be pretty stable. Like
But yeah, I mean, like, what like
one piece. They just need one piece, literally. Like it doesn't have to be Giannis.
I don't know. I don't really see like any major free agent boom like in the next couple of years. Like,
Who are the free agents next season? Does anybody know?
let's look this up. 2021. I mean, yeah, it would have been Giannis, LeBron.
nope.
He signed an extension anyway.
Yeah, I list players. I'll tell you if they go to Miami, if they would consider.
Maybe Oladipo. I don't know.
That wouldn't do it. I mean, that
We'll
would
definitely consider, but that doesn't do anything for them.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
No, but all right. So, anyways, that was good. Good discussion, guys. Any other like points you guys wanted to bring up or anything?
The Warriors suck.
Oh shit. Yeah, I mean, definitely let's do the
The
2018
redraft.
redraft. I really like that idea. I think it's gonna be an interesting video to make.
2018.
2018, yeah. You guys, it's like we'll do like Jacob, Leo, Yoni. Like we'll do like a a snake kind of
our own redraft, so we can reveal like first
like
pick,
every,
second.
every pick somebody else has like their pick, you know, and then we'll say like what we would have had instead of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay guys, thank you so much for watching. And yeah, look out for more content coming soon. Thank you, Jacob and Leo, for joining me. And
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you.
thanks guys. Peace.
Peace.